Good afternoon, everybody. It's your boy Jay Hood. Knicks for life knows haters. How everybody doing today? Glad to be here. Even though we know the Knicks don't play until tomorrow, and we play, I think Washington. But anyway, February 23rd, fans will be back in the Garden. You know, the governor, cool note. He worked with the Department of Health, and now they got a health system and plan to make sure everybody's safe when they return to the Garden. So they got to practice, the 6 feet distancing and the mask, social distancing, the mask, and everything like that. But the only problem is only going to be 2,000 fans, and the season ticket holders and the suite holders have first priority. So they're gonna take up the 2,000 seats. Unless somebody can't make it or something, or somebody don't want to come or something like that, and you might be able to get a ticket for a whole bunch of money. But it's good to have the fans back in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm still kind of salty about us losing 2 games in a row to Miami, but I understand. I understand. Sometimes it happens. We going to skid sometime. We won one and then we lost 2 in a row, so I think we'll be all right. But that's good. Fans will be back in the Garden. That's a good thing. Maybe we can hang out on 8th Avenue. Go, be outside and tailgate something, the big screen and watch the game from outside or something. You know, that would be nice as long as we practice social distancing and keep our masks on and stuff. So I was thinking about RJ, and I was thinking of not. Excuse me, guys, not RJ. I was thinking about Randall, and I understand this is his last. This might be the last year on a contract. Is a contract is coming soon for this kid, and he want to play in the All Star. So he's playing hard and he's doing his thing. But I was just wondering, like, okay, what if he's at his peak and this be his best year, and after he get another good contract and he make the All Star team, and then he start declining. What happens then? Now we're stuck with a big contract for somebody who's going to decline, because that's a lot to depend on from somebody who only been doing it for one season. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he was like doing it for 3, 4 seasons in a row, then you'd be like, okay, this dude's a stud. We can do that. But it's only one. It's only the first season, so who knows what's gonna happen? Will the next season be different? And if we sign him and keep him and build around him, will that work? Because from what I'm seeing with the starting lineup, I'm feeling like they don't spread the floor good, and RJ and him just don't work together good because the spacing just don't be there with him, RJ, Randall, and Peyton. It's like they don't spread the floor. They don't get fast break opportunities because they're clogged up. It's like you see when the second unit came in quickly, and Derrick Rose. See how they were spaced, and they kept the spacing, so it was always somebody moving that can get open. See, that don't happen when the first unit is in. They're like clogged up. They don't know how to move to keep the spacing open so you can get an opportunity for the easy jump shot or an easy lane to the basket. And I know Thibs has to be seeing that because he's a coach. He knows better than us. Like, we're just watching from the outside looking in. We're just fans. We want this stuff to happen, but he's actually doing stuff to try to make it happen. And I know he has to see that, and I know he has to be working on that, because when he see the second unit and he see the spacing is different from the first unit, it definitely catches the eye of a lot of people. And if we catch it, I know he has to catch it, and the coaching staff has to catch it. So maybe they're working on that, and maybe something's gonna happen. I feel like something big's gonna happen in New York. It's gonna be some trades that we might not be happy with, but we might say, "Why did you do that?" But then we get some people that might fit, and then we say, "Okay, we understand why you did it." But we might not want it to happen because we said we're doing good. You know what I'm saying? But if we can do better, why not? I just have to trust the. I'm gonna have to trust the organization, guys. You know, maybe one day we'll have a point guard that can score 30 on any given night, like a Bradley Beal or like a John Wall or like a Kemba Walker back before he got hurt, or like a Damian Lillard or Steph Curry. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a guard like that one day. Maybe. I've been a New York Knicks fan for over 38 years, since 1984. when Akeem and all them came in the league, Jordan and all them came in the league. I think that was the best draft ever, 1984 draft. And Patrick Ewing came the next year, 1984, 85. Excuse me, 85. Yeah, so I've been a fan 38 years, man, and I want to see us get another championship. The closest we got was in the half a season in 1999 when we played San Antonio, man. I was so mad, man. So mad with that series, man. We supposed to play better and won that series, man. That's the closest we came. And then we made the playoffs with Carmelo, 2013, uh, a couple of times, 2 or 3 times, I think. Yeah, but our biggest Winston was 50 something games. But we have to get back to that style of basketball in New York. We have to get back like LA bounced back. You know what I'm saying? Like Brooklyn bounced back. Them guys gonna win 50. LA been winning 50 better. That's what New York has to get to. If we don't get to that, then it's a failure. And I feel like we can get to that. I feel like we can get to that. I feel like we're playing good defense. We're hustling. We just have to learn how to finish games a little better. I feel like I don't know. I think Thibs. I understand why Thibs went with RJ because you have to put the trust in your starters. You can't take the ball out of your starters' hands and give it to the bench and depend on the bench to win the games because now the starter's going to lose confidence because these guys are still young too. RJ's still young too. So he got the confidence right now. You take that ball from him and put it in somebody else's hand, he might lose confidence or get an attitude and things could change. Anything could happen. So you don't want to do that. You want to put trust in your starters. It just rolled out. He got to the basket. He laid it up. He laid it up kind of high so it hit the front of the rim and it rolled off. Sometimes it rolls in. It just rolled off. That's what happens with the rim. That's the rim. You can't call it. But he can't let that bother him. And how do you guys feel about that? Do you agree with me? Do you agree what I said about RJ just now? Let me know in the comment system. The comment section. Do you think that he was right to let RJ get the call? Because I feel like the coach was right. You gotta trust. You gotta trust your starters. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. I don't have a lot of subscribers yet, but I know it's gonna happen because I'm a true Knicks fan and I do this from my heart. This is pleasure for me. It helps me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm a diehard Knicks fan. You see, I got the Mitchell and Ness New York Knicks fitted hat on. Representing our boys and stuff. I just love the Knicks, man. And I can talk about them all day. Sometimes I get so hyper and so excited when I talk about them. Let's talk a little sports now. Yesterday, okay, right now we're in the ninth spot, 11 and 15, 2 game losing streak. The Hawks in the eighth spot, they're 11 and 13. They lost yesterday, so that was good. The Hornets is 12 and 14. They lost yesterday. That was good. The Pacers are 12 and 13. They lost yesterday. That was good. The only one that won was Toronto, and they're in the fifth spot now. And see, they 12 and 13, and that's what we supposed to be. We supposed to be 12 and 13. We supposed to be in that fifth spot. But it's so tight right now. It's so tight, guys. The fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and the ninth and the 10th spot are so close. The Bulls are right behind us. They're 10 and 14. They won their last game, and the Heat won 3 in a row. They're 10 and 14. So it's close. We could either go to the 11th spot real easily. Cavaliers lost 2, so they're 10 and 16. We could easily be at the 11th spot, or we can jump to that 6th spot if we win a couple of games. But if we lose a couple of games, we can drop. So these next couple of games is very, very important for us to move up this ladder because we don't want to move down at this point of the season because it'll be like a failure. People will be like, yeah, I told you they were going to be with it. We need to win the next couple of games, so we need to play real hard, play defense, play the way Thibs want us to play, and we have to score the ball, and we have to hit our jump shots, and we have to have a plan and learn how to close games. Because we playing Washington, just because Washington is down at the bottom, they got some dangerous players. Bill, Westbrook, them dudes could get hot at any time, man, and just go crazy. We gotta have to chase them around. Got to play good defense, and if we can play defense on the 3 ball, we might be all right. But they can still get to the basket too. And that's why we need people that can get to the basket and run around so they can play defense so they won't be so energized on offense. Make them work on defense so they can be tired and on offense so they won't be at their best. And that's how you have to make them play. You have to make them run. You have to make them play defense. So yeah, we're in the ninth spot, 11-15. Like I said, them teams lost, so that helped us out. That kept us stable at that ninth spot, and that's good. But the Bulls are on our neck, so we got to do a little better. Yeah, next game is tomorrow, 7 p.m. We will be there. We will be there. Let me see. And this is nobody's only person injured is out is Bryant for Washington. He had blew his knee out, so he's out for the season. And New York have nobody out. Everybody's there, man. Everybody's available. That's a good thing, guys, right? Everybody's available. So we want to see what happened. I don't like our rankings. We 30th in points per game, 21st in points differentials, 29th in assists per game, 24th in shots per game, 15th in blocks per game. That's not bad. And 5th in rebounds a game. That's not bad. But we got to get this points per game. That we don't really have to because we win in the way we play. Point differential, we 21st, they 27th. But in scoring, Washington's 11th, so they score. Rebound, they 20th, so we should be able to control the boards on them. That's how we win. We got to control the boards because they're 20th and we're 5th, so we can control the boards on them. We can get what we can. They 30th in block shots, so they don't block many shots. We 15th, so we can get them right in them two areas. Play defense real good, get on that board and block and protect the rim, and get them rebounds. We should be able to beat them, man. And that's against Washington tomorrow, man. That's what's going down tomorrow. And who else playing tomorrow? We got Detroit playing Boston. I want to see how Detroit. I want to see Dennis Smith Jr. play with Detroit. I'm really rooting for Dennis Smith Jr. He was a good kid. He had some things happen in his life. He came out in the top 10 draft, and the kid is athletic. He's definitely athletic. It's something that took his confidence, man. I don't know what it was. I don't know, was it Dallas not having faith in him and they traded him and he felt like he was a failure. He lost confidence. I don't know what it is, but I want to see this young kid make it. I don't want to see him fail. So I'm glad he got an opportunity to go to Detroit. They're not playing good right now, but they got a couple of young pieces. Killian Hayes, you got the other young kid Jackson. Now they got Dennis Smith over there, and they got some other pieces. I'm pretty sure when they draft, they're gonna get some more pieces. They're gonna get it together, and I hope he does good over there. Relax, have fun, enjoy yourself. Mesh with them guys, and I hope he does well. So Dennis Smith Jr., salute out to you, man. I hope you do well, man. Anybody that ever was a Knick, I'm a fan of, except Porzingis, because Porzingis did us wrong, man. We invested in him, drafted him, gave him a shot, drafted him, man. When nobody else wanted to, like we drafted him, and people was mad, and he stayed good. He played good, and we had a good piece. And if he would have stayed there right now, I think the Knicks would have a good team right now. We would have a winning team because he's a good piece to build around. But things didn't work out. I don't know if he didn't like being there after what they did to Carmelo, and he just felt like the organization wasn't gonna have his best interest, so he'd rather move on. And we really didn't get nobody for him. We got Dennis Smith Jr. and a couple other pieces that's not even there. So we like gave him away for nothing. Like I think they really jumped the gun. They should have waited. I don't care if he wanted to be traded or not, and he sat at home. I wouldn't have rushed on that trade. I would have waited and got something for him or made him sit for a while. But they hurry up and got rid of him, and that was crazy. And I feel like he should have been committed to New York because they was committed to him. They was committed to him and his family. So I see he can score, but Dallas not doing that good over there. I don't know, they must be missing some pieces or something. I like Hardaway. Hardaway plays hard and he can shoot. Charlotte, they lost the other day. They're 12 and 14 too, but they've been playing good. Lamelo Ball is really playing outstanding basketball to be a rookie, man. I think he's leading the rookie race. I don't know what's up with Zion, man. Uh, I know he's not gonna stay over there when his contract is up. He's gonna want out of there. I know that already. So back to what I was saying, guys. Do you think the Knicks are gonna go all in with Julius Randle and offer him another big contract, another 3-year deal or 3-year extension to keep him around, or do you think they make the trade now while his stock is high? Because right now his card is not where it should be. His basketball card, like, it's not selling for that much. I was reading it the other day, but it should be higher because he's playing outstanding basketball. But if when he once he makes the All Star team, it probably will go a little higher. And I feel like the Knicks should just go ahead and just get what they can get for him this year. If teams are offering, get him and Peyton out of there, and just go from there. Because we need speed. We need people that can shoot off the dribble. And right now, that starting lineup, they can't shoot the three off the dribble. They have to set shot shoot, like, what I'm saying? They can't just come down and pull up off the bounce like good guards supposed to be able to do. Like, we don't have nobody that can do that, and that hurts us because sometimes when you got a point guard that can come down right off the dribble and just pull up anywhere, that takes a lot of pressure off the offense sometimes. Because if he's hot and he's hitting shots, boom, all they got to do is come down, play in their spots, get to their spots, and boom, he's hitting the shot. And then that creates space for him to get doubled and somebody get open because he's hitting. Now somebody's open, boom, might hit somebody to the layup, boom, might get hit the pick and roll, get the dunk. Anything can happen. So when you have a guard that can shoot like that, it's always dangerous for the team, the defensive team, because the offense is always dangerous. And that's what we need. We need somebody that can do that. And that's what we need to look for. Randall's doing good this year, but I don't know if the Knicks should go all in on him. That's another thing that I ask you guys to comment in the comment section. Do you think that the Knicks should go in all in on Julius Randle, or do you think they should go ahead and make a deal for him this year? What do you guys think? I'm your boy Jay Hud. J Hud, HUD. That's 3 letters in my last name. That's why I say J Hud. And it's Knicks for life. We don't allow no haters over here to come over here and be talking junk. But we will listen to you, but we're not gonna allow you to take over. If you get too disrespectful, I just have to block you or take you out of there. But we'll listen to you. We'll listen to your comments and what you have to say about the reason why you don't like the Knicks or why they always be bums and all this type of stuff. We'll listen and we'll talk about it because J Hud is here for that. And we discuss Knicks basketball all the time. And that's what this channel is all about, and it's always going to be about. As I elevate and experience more about the channel and start to make changes and to upgrade the channel, and then once I have more subscribers, I'll start to go live and we'll start to discuss things, and I'll start to invite a few people in. But I don't want to try to, emulate nobody's else a platform like other people are inviting people in every live. That's their platform. I want to do something different. I don't want to copy nobody else's idea. I want to be creative and do my own thing, and still talk Knicks basketball and still have a fan base that can understand what I'm talking about our boys. And it's gonna be fun. I'm trying to think of some kind of game we can do, like a spin-off, like, and somebody pick who wins, and whoever gets closest to the person winning and do something first, they win the prize or whatever. I'm trying to come up with something nice to do once a week on the channel, like a little giveaway or something. I'm trying to get it together. because it's your boy Jay Hud. This is Knicks for life, and we love our Knicks, and we don't care who don't like us. We don't care who hate on us. We gonna always love our Knicks, no matter what. It's New York Knickerbockers for life. I can't wait till I could be able to get a ticket and get in the Garden. I ain't no season ticket holder or nothing like that, but I think I can't afford to buy a ticket if they have one for sale when I guess when they start letting fans in after the season ticket holders and the suite holders and stuff like that. Or hopefully can get lucky. You know how it is. We'll see. But it'd be nice to go down and see a game, and probably talk to a few people, social distance though, and be able to make a nice little video inside the Garden to put on the channel so we can discuss it. Got to get a nice camera. I got a nice microphone, but I want to get a nice camera. I want to try to hook it up, hook the camera up, and learn how to do all that stuff so I can start putting content up as we talk about stuff. So I can start showing you guys a little more, a little Nick history, and since I've been a fan and the stuff that I know about the team in the past players and stuff like that. It'd be nice to see watch some film on Patrick Ewing, Bernard King, and stuff like that. And that's the type of stuff I want to do up here. You know, do a Nick history. So all the younger fans that wasn't born or around yet can learn about the old school guys with the tight basketball shorts. They look so funny now. Back then it looked normal, but right now when you look at it, it looks funny because you see them with the shorts and they're so tight and the socks pulled up and the sneakers so tight and the tight jersey. It just looks so funny with them running around. It really does. Yep, guys. So that's where we at. We need our boys to win, and we need them to win big. We need them to come out and just boom, drop the hammer quick, go up 25-30, and just cruise for the rest of the quarters. Can we get a good simple game like that so I don't catch a heart attack? You know what I'm saying? Because every time the Knicks play, I'm on the edge of the seat, like holding my breath, hoping the ball go in. Like it's so crazy. Like that's how much of an intense fan that I am for the Knicks. It's like when we lose, I don't even sleep. I don't want to look at sports. I don't want to do nothing. I'm so pissed off. But I have to support my boys when we lose. In this Nick channel right here, we gonna come up here and talk about it. Win, lose, or draw. Remember that. Knicks for life. And I'm your boy Jay Hud. And we always gonna talk about it no matter if we win or lose. I'm going to talk about it with all my brothers and sisters that's fans out here of different nationalities, different backgrounds, different states, different countries, all over the world. It's Knicks fans everywhere. And I want to connect with all you guys so we can build some kind of relationship. And my phone is ringing while I'm talking, and I'm going to hang that up. And excuse me, guys. But yeah, that's what's gonna happen. And I'm your boy Jay Hud. Like I said, when we playing, I'm on the edge of the seat, and every time they dribbling and when they shoot, I'm holding on, holding my breath. And if it goes in, I'm like yes. And if it don't go on, oh my god, like it's so crazy. Like I be stressed out when I watch us play. I don't have that confidence like we're gonna win all the time yet. Like sometimes I say we playing good, we're doing good, but then I get that fear of we always play good for 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, we blow it. I always have that feeling, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about for real. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. That feeling of we always do good, but then we blow it. We blow it. We blow it. We blow it in the fourth quarter. Today's February 11th. This time is going by. I hope everybody is still safe and practicing social distancing and wearing your mask and still washing your hands and sanitizing your hands when you go out to the shopping centers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because this thing is still spreading and people are still dying and people are still getting sick from it. It's serious. It's been going on for a while now. I'm starting to wonder what's going on. Like, is this thing going to end? Is this COVID-19 thing going to be something that go on for years and years and years, or is it going to end and people going to be able to go back, to their normal lifestyle and being able to go out and, work and not be afraid of catching something from somebody. That's a scary feeling, and I think most of us have dealt with somebody that have been affected by COVID-19. And if you have, I just say my condolences and my prayers go out to you and your family. Like people have been sending me condolences for the things that's been happening to my family and the things that happened to my family members and the family members that I lost to COVID-19. And this is a good time. That's why I say it's a good time now, for the internet and these platforms, because people have to social distance, and a lot of people staying home and isolating, and some people are alone and by themselves, and they don't have family members in the house with them, and they don't have wives or husbands, or they don't have kids in the house with them, and they're older and might live alone, or they might be divorced or separated or single, and they don't have nothing to do, and this internet can give them something to do. They can relate to other people, they can connect with other people all over the world, and they can have relationships and conversations, and they can build relationships, online. And you can meet some genuine good people. And I have done that, and it's a good thing. And that's why I say I started this platform because I want to connect with other people all over the world. And you never know what can happen. And a lot of people are putting their creative minds together and doing a lot of good things. And I'm a Knicks fan, and I said I want to do that for the Knicks and show how much I love the Knicks. I'm not fortunate to be one of them guys that's financially stable to be able to be at the games for the season tickets or be able to travel around. I didn't grow up like that. I grew up in the inner city, what I'm saying, where things are hard and rough. And watching the Knicks was like a outlet for me. It gave me some peace and some tranquility throughout all my sufferings through my childhood of growing up in the inner city and being poor. So when I seen the Knicks and I watched the Knicks, I felt good, and it took me away from my situation, you know, and that's why I love the Knicks, and I want to see them win so bad. I want to see them win one championship before I go, because when Clyde then won in 72, 73, I was only what, 7, 8 years old. Yep, 7 years old when they won a championship. I watch film of it and I watch it and I be like, nah, I love Clyde because he brung it and they won. And he commentates for the Knicks. And I would love to be able to meet him one day and shake his hand. And I know I have seen him and from a distance. I have went to a few games, and I have the last game I went to was a Chicago and a New York Knicks game. As you know, we got blown out. That's when Jordan. That's when Jordan was playing for Chicago. That's the last time I've been to the Garden, in the Garden, but I have been outside since then. But I'm a diehard Knick fan, and I can bring you all the Knick news, and I can bring you Knick history, from back in the days, and I can talk the Knick feeling of being a fan and enjoying the wins and hating the losses and cheering for us when we do good, cheering for us when we do bad, going irate when we do bad, being pissed off, pointing the blame when we do bad. We always find somebody say it was his fault, it was that fault. It just happens. No basketball team is going to win every game. They're going to lose. You're going to have bad games. You're going to have good games. You're going to miss shots. You're going to make shots. Some people are better than others where they have good games more than others that have bad games more than they have good games. So it's just basketball. That's why I say I like good basketball players. That's why I admire watching Quickly, because he's like a genuine basketball player. You can just see it in him. Like this kid grew up playing basketball in the neighborhood on the basketball court all day. He's one of them type of guys you just see always with a basketball, always dribbling the basketball, always on the court, always shooting a hoop, always playing somebody, always playing hard. And he seems like one of them kids. He just loved the game, and you can see that in him. Like when you seen LeBron when he first came, he's like, this kid gonna be an instant star. You knew that. Like when you see Zion Williams, he's gonna be a star as long as he do good and take care of himself and eat healthy and train right and take care of his body. You know, that's what these kids have to do when they come in the league. They have to watch the players that have been around for a long time and practice and see how they did it, so they can try to practice and follow that same regimen and so they can last 18 years in the league, like LeBron, Carmelo, and players like that, or even like Vince Carter, who played the longest, Kobe Bryant, 20 years, Vince Carter, 22, something like that. Guys took care of their bodies and stayed in good shape and ate good and trained good and worked out and practiced, stayed healthy and was family men and wasn't hanging out in the streets and stuff like that. Because sometimes these young kids get that money. It might not seem like a lot of money to some people, but when you get a contract, even if it's only $3 or $4 million, that's a lot of money to somebody who had nothing before that, and now they got $4 million contract for 3 years. That's still a lot of money for some guys because they're gonna get what they want, and their lifestyle will change a little bit. And then some guys, they get that lifestyle and then they get lazy and they don't want to be careful how they spend their money, and they don't want to work out and save and just practice and play harder and do the right thing with your money, and don't be crazy going jewelry crazy, cars with rims, and hanging out and messing around with all kind of different women, and because you'll blow that. And then what if your game ain't good the next year after your rookie contract is up and you're not playing well because you're too focused on money and finances and stuff, and you're putting that ahead of your basketball and your game and your family and your future. So I think that these young kids coming straight out of high school and only playing 1 year college and stuff like that really need to have advisors, like basketball advisors, to tell them how to do the right thing with their money when they get into the league, and what not to do, and how to spend your money and how to save your money, because some guys go broke, man, and they be right back in their neighborhoods talking about it. We have somebody right here from where I'm from. His name was Earl Kelly. He went to UConn. Look him up. He was good. He played for Wilbur Cross High School. He was a star, man. He went to UConn and he was a star. And he went and made the tryouts for the San Antonio Spurs, and you know, but he didn't want to let the streets go. He want to let the drug life in the streets and all the hustlers and everybody want to attach to him. He about to go pro. He about to be but now he gonna shine. He gonna be a millionaire. So everybody connecting to him, giving him stuff, letting him do this, letting him do that, and that lifestyle caught him, and he it was too much for him. Dirty urine, out of the league. Didn't even make the cut. Dirty urine. We used to call him Baby. Name Earl Kelly. Yep. So you have to be smart, man. Sly Williams, he from where I'm from. Super John Williams too. He's from where I'm from, Connecticut. Yep. We have 3 stars, and all of them end up back here where they came from, broke. And I'm gonna do a story on all of that stuff. I'm gonna do a story on all that stuff once I get everything set up right. I'm gonna give you guys all that content so you can see what can happen if you don't do the right thing with your money. It's your boy J Hud. It's Knicks for Life, no haters. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It's a lot of Nick. Listen, guys, it's a lot of Nick channels and platforms out here. I support all of them. Check it out. If you have a Nick channel, I'm probably subscribed to your channel. If I'm not, all you got to do is hit me and I will subscribe. I love all my Nick brothers and sisters. I subscribe to all the content, and I try to go through and listen and say something to all the platforms if I can. Sometimes I just listen, but I support all you guys. So I just ask that you guys support me back. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy J Hud. It's Knicks for Life. I'm out of here.